This is Bimbo Barbarella. Finally on. I'm my computer was so tired today. The last 3 days with all of this stuff I've had to um, email, scan, fax. I think the computer just fell asleep. Not that I did either, but I'm blaming it more on the computer. Um, Tonight is not going to be anything special. Um, just want to go over um, the upcoming show that we have Friday on the College of Rock Knowledge. It's a different sort of format that we've done, and want to give it a try. And it's really not that difficult, but um, I'm going to sit and explain it to you. And I believe I'm going to have the help of Pirate Radio. Because I think that it's a pretty cool concept. And one of my regular viewers and one of Mark's Pirate Radio regular viewers suggested this. And I thought that it was neat. I really do. So we're going to try to do it. And I'll just let you know after this program, if you still are confused, you can email me directly. That's, geez, I don't even know what the email is. Hold on, I'll get it. Okay, here's Mark. Hello, Mark.
Good evening.
I don't even know my email. That's terrible.
It's Bimbo Barbarella at gmail.com.
Thank you. I mean, I've only been doing paperwork for my car wreck for 3 straight days. It's just all a fog and a blur. And like I said, I think my computer was tired because it would not respond. It would not respond.
Oh, it's giving you flack.
Well, it's been so busy because I've been scanning and faxing because I can fax from my computer.
Right.
I've got a phone line hooked up to it. And
yeah,
it probably didn't help that I didn't wake up until 10 minutes after 8 either. But I'm blaming it more on the computer.
Oh, yeah, a little nappy.
I'm so tired. So also, too, I found out something very interesting about Hondas. Because after my little fender bender with the guide wire moving out of the way of the dog, the reason why they totaled out my car, because I've had some of Al's friends look at it, and they said it needed no more than $500 to $600, to fix it.
Right.
But because it's a Honda, and it was and I had bought it from a Honda dealership, they can only use Honda approved parts that have to be inspected. Just, they have to make sure that nothing is like in recall and stuff. And, all it needed was a wheel well and a passenger side light.
So they wrote it off?
Yeah.
Holy shit, that something doesn't sound right.
No, and I got that from the lady at the Honda dealership.
Right.
So that,
I
yeah.
don't know what to say.
And, so I'm not going to be, like in the Dutch for any money or something. I might even make some money, but still, that's not the point.
No.
That doesn't make any sense that they can only use parts, and then the parts have to go through clearance to make sure that they're not recalled and just, and they have to come from only like certified Honda manufacturers.
Yeah, yeah.
Just fix the damn car.
What
I
year is it?
It was 2014.
Right.
If it took $700, to fix it, I'd have gone to the bank and taken $700 out and said, "Here, fix it."
Yeah.
No, they wrote it off, which
There
makes
must
no
have been
sense.
something else. There must have been
No,
some front
no.
end damage.
Um, um, because even the adjuster, I spoke to him today too, and he says, "Well, you've done everything you need to do, so it's already, a moot point." But he says, "Yeah, that's what they do.
Wow.
That's what they do." Oh,
Wow.
hello. Oh, hello, Ronnie Braun. Okay, so also too, one other thing, and then we'll get to explaining how this program works. Coming up Friday, College of Knowledge.
Friday, 8 p.m.
Right. There is a band out there called the Dead Daisies,
Yes.
and they're one of my favorite bands.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I have all of their stuff, but this is an LP of theirs because I'm not going to dig through 3,500 discs. It's easier to dig through 100 albums.
Nice cover.
Oh, it is. It's really cool. And this band is really good. And their lead singer was a guy named John Corabi.
Oh, yeah.
And John Corabi got a lot of flack because he took over for Vince Neil in Motley Crue. And the album that he was on was so much different than Motley Crue had ever done before because he put his own input in.
Right.
And I guess Nikki Sixo didn't like it. And so the
Right.
album sold shit. That's when he joined Dead Daisies. And then the Dead Daisies, they replaced John Corabi with Glenn Hughes. And if you know
Right.
him, he's a bass player, played with Deep Purple, Whitesnake, I believe. I mean, he's a talented musician, but he's just not my favorite. And the last two that he was on, I didn't buy the Dead Daisies. That's why, just because I wanted John Corabi. And I read today that he's coming back to the Dead Daisies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good to hear.
Reunited.
That's reunited and
It feels so good.
oh God.
That's right, folks. I'm here all week.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So am I with my latest. I don't even know if what I do could be considered music, but
I'm
it's on
sitting here
Twitter.
wondering. I'm sitting here wondering. Gee, why am I so uncomfortable in my chair? And then I look down and notice I'm sitting on my testicles. I'm nursing them like a duck or nurses its eggs.
All right. That's enough of that.
All right.
So anyway,
It was very uncomfortable, and I couldn't figure it out. What the hell is going on? Is it my
now,
chair?
I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. Not having to sit on
Yeah.
eggs, I would not know. But I can go get some eggs and sit on them if you want, and I'll take some pictures of that. That could be funny. So, but anyway,
That could get you locked up.
yeah. Oh my God, yeah. Oh, she's promoting, violence to animals.
Yeah, yeah. I know. I mean, locked up in a loony bin.
Oh, that's,
Nurse trying to hatch some chicken eggs under your own. No, no, that'll get you locked up. That'll get you at one of those 21-day observations.
hey, I can use the vacation if
I was once.
if I need to act crazy to get a vacation. It's like the last time that I was in the hospital for a week with my infection. I honestly
Right.
say that was fantastic. That was great. That was
Yeah,
almost like therapeutic.
I know. I was in for a month and a half once, and because I was really sick, I had lung surgery, and it was like I treated it like a resort, and everybody took good care of me, brought me anything I
Oh yeah,
wanted. I just laid
oh yeah,
around, walked
well yeah,
around, chatted with
yeah. Because
everybody. It
yeah,
was
like
terrific.
if you're nice and you don't cause problems and you don't crap on the floor while you're. But
That's right.
anyway. So um, this program coming up, it's for the 1980s, and it's going to consist of one year. So you're going to get 10 picks: 1981, 82, 83, up to 1989.
Starting with
Yes,
1980.
and going to 1989, that's 10.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know if they had some sort of different counting system in Winnipeg. So
No, we use our fingers just like you
oh,
guys. Fingers and toes.
okay,
We can get to 20. That's 20,
yeah,
right? Oh yeah,
okay.
okay.
So um, now what you're gonna do for 1980, and it can be any genre, anybody, even if it's somebody that I don't like. I'm not gonna. Well, I might, you know,
Say you
say
will.
something.
You'll say something.
Yeah, but I mean, say 1980, you want to pick, say something by Gloria Estefan. That's fine, as long as the song was released in 1980. If it had been released in 1979 but didn't become popular until the 1980s, that really doesn't count. But
You
I
get it.
mean, I'm not gonna, judge it that hard because you're not gonna win anything. Okay, so for instance, I made some examples up, and these are okay. 1985, the song "Money for Nothing" was released by Dire Straits, and that would be right because "Money for Nothing" was released in 1985. Okay, and now say you're doing 1986 and you like the song by Cheap Trick called the Flame, which is a nice slow ballad. And like I said, there's no genre. If you want to pick all country western, all whatever. Okay, but that would be wrong because the Flame was actually released in 1988. So that could not go under 1986. See? Okay. And now the song, okay, say if you want to do 1980. And the song "Do You Think I'm Sexy" by Rod Stewart. If you want my body, and you claim that to be 1980. That would technically be incorrect. It was popular all during the 1980s, but the album itself was released in 1979. So
So be careful.
yeah,
Double check.
I mean, and like I said, what are you gonna? I mean, you're not gonna lose anything, except maybe some maybe some self-respect from your esteemed colleagues.
When you're humiliated by making a big mistake
Right.
like
Okay.
that.
And now this you're doing the year 1989, and everybody remembers Tone Loc, do the wild thing, wild thing, and you choose that to be 1989. That would be correct because the song came out in 1989. Okay, you're doing 1988. Um, Song by Def Leppard, which um, I either really love some Def Leppard songs or I can't stand them. Now, this song I can't stand. Pour Some Sugar on Me.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
No shit.
God.
I know.
However, if you chose that as your 1988 song, that would be correct because that is the year that song came out. See, so that's the concept of this show. And I don't know, like I said, if you still have any questions, just email me at bimbobarbarella@gmail.com and I'll get back to you because I'm usually pretty bad at like responding to emails and texts and phone calls. And I don't know. These last 3 days though, I've just been crazy. I mean, but
She might not get back to you too quick, folks, but she will get
yeah,
back to
it
you.
could be in July.
Yeah. When it's hot and everybody's forgotten about this show and we've all moved on.
And then I'm laying in my pool in like my lounge chair and I have the phone with me and I said, "Oh, look, here's a text I didn't answer from May." And then
Yeah.
I'll start to manipulate the phone and then I'll fall off the float and my phone will be messed up.
Wah, wah.
But my pool, the water is nice now. It's nice. Yeah.
Really? Have you been
Yeah.
in?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Everybody into the pool. Sounds nice.
Well, you can call it a pool or a retention pond, whatever you want.
I'll be testing the waters of Lake Erie this weekend. It's a long weekend up here
Yeah.
for us. It's May 2-4 weekend, Queen Victoria's birthday, Victoria Day. And we're going to go down to Port Stanley, hit the beach. It's opening weekend at the beach down there. Beautiful beach.
I mean, because I've never been to any of the beaches in Canada. So where do they have beaches like Lake Ontario?
Every lake, there's so many lakes in Ontario, you
Yeah.
know that. And all the lakes have
Oh, they do?
beaches. Yeah, but the really nice sandy beaches, there's a handful of them. Wasaga, Sabo, and Crystal.
Yeah, because my part of Tampa where I live, the beach consists of a couple of really nice beach restaurants, and the beach has rocks and dead animals laying on it.
Oh, nice. Nice ambience.
Yeah, right. And just when you're down there, make sure that you get into the restaurant fast enough because see, because they the water's so shallow that they have a lot of fishermen down there, and
Oh
so
yeah.
instead of fishing, and if you don't want to save the fish, just fish, unhook them, throw them back in. Just don't leave him laying
Sure.
on the goddamn side of the road so he stinks. So I don't know, Mark. Did you have any more examples of how the show works, or do you think that some people?
I could give a couple of little pointers of
Yeah.
advice
Okay.
for when
Yeah.
they're
Okay. Yeah.
doing
So
it.
why don't you do that?
Um, I went I went on to Google and I got like the top 100 from
Uh.
of
Yeah.
1980 from Rolling Stone
See, there
magazine.
you go.
I and I went through that and I picked my favorite songs and I zeroed it down to my most
Yeah.
favorite. For each year, I just did it that
Yeah.
way.
I mean, because most of my picks I knew, but there were some that I didn't. So I
Yeah,
went and you know.
the 80s were a fog for me, so I don't remember now what came out when. And it wasn't. I didn't think in my opinion, the '80s was the best decade for music. The music had evolved; it had changed by then, and we had a lot of new style of music. Uh, and I didn't think it recovered until the '90s. I really thought the '80s was a shower decade, just in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I had a rough time some of the years getting songs that I liked. There was a couple of years there that I didn't like anything at all. So I picked, uh, I won't like into it deeper because I'll be giving away
Yeah.
some of my
Yeah.
answers. But but
A song that was
I
like
think that
least offensible or objectionable.
it, exactly, even if it's like, well, I would never pick a Madonna, but Madonna sure was hot
Yeah.
in the '80s.
Yeah.
She had multiple hits every
Oh,
year.
but yeah, because she did that one song called like a sturgeon, right?
That's right.
Or what?
Yeah,
Oh, sturgeon. Yeah, like no, no,
yeah,
no, it
the
wasn't
fish,
sturgeon. It was virgin.
like a
Yeah.
sturgeon.
Um,
Getting hooked for the very first
and
time.
and if you've ever followed the College of Rock Knowledge, you know that coming from me, you're going to get some very obscure things. That's why I didn't pick anything. I didn't pick any Rolling Stones. I didn't pick any Eagles or real popular bands.
I didn't pick any Stones because in my opinion, none of the Stones didn't produce anything half decent in the '80s. Emotional Rescue, I think, was one
Yeah.
of the albums that came
Um,
out, and
yeah, I think Emotional Rescue was 1980, 81.
yeah, around there.
Yeah.
Like I like the Stones a lot, but I don't like the later era stuff. Like I hate the song "Start Me Up."
Oh, well, and actually from Tattoo You, Start Me Up was the only original song. All those other songs on that album were all like just leftover tracks.
Oh yeah, that they had in their
Yeah.
vault.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
something like that too. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm looking at my list now, and I don't know. There's some of my songs that you'll know, but yeah, it's a pretty cool list. And like I said, most of them I knew, but there's some years that I had.
Yeah, that's great.
So, like I said, when I talked to you earlier, it's not going to be a long show tonight. That's going to be it. I just wanted
All right.
to clarify how this channel is going to go on Friday. And let me post the stream in here. Oh, and so what did you think about my "Living for the Love of Rock and Roll" song?
I liked it. You broke the guitar out, I
Yeah,
see.
and yeah,
And
and that's, I mean, it's true. I wish that I knew somebody here who played, regular guitar decent. Because because
yeah,
I'll admit I'm not that good. Um, I'm much better at playing bass.
yeah.
But, you really can't play just bass and drum machine.
No, I mean you got to add some other instruments sometimes, and it's practice makes perfect, man.
Well, I have gotten better, I think a little bit, but not much. And those lyrics, I think, were pretty good. See, now that song was originally um, um, when I was in a real band called Blue Zebra back in like the late '70s, and I wrote that song back then. However,
Oh,
the version that's on Twitter and YouTube now, I had to like modernize the lyrics. So
right.
yeah, because
Have to bring them up
yeah,
to
because there
date.
were
Date.
there were too many references that people would have been, oh my god, I'm so offended. Oh, uh,
Right. Everybody's like that now,
yeah.
and everybody sues everybody. Lawsuits at left, right, and center
Oh,
for
okay,
little
okay,
things.
and now okay, um, we'll just be on for a couple more minutes, and now I'm gonna um tell a crime that happened today. I was reading it on the internet, so it's got to be true. You know, it's got to be
Definitely.
true. Um, somebody, okay, and now you tell me if this happened in the state of Florida, yes or no. Um, a guy was um, riding his golf cart and he was drinking beer, which you're not supposed to do in a golf cart anyway. But he drank it and he like, got rid of the can, on the side of the road. Um, the car behind him uh, thought that the guy was throwing the can at his vehicle. They got into a hassle. The guy got shot and died.
Wow.
I mean, for a freaking can?
Yeah, I know. Some people are
Okay,
crazy. The road
okay.
rage.
And now, did this happen in the state of Florida? Yes or no? Mark, what do
Wow.
you think? Yes or no?
It sounds like it would happen in Florida.
Anything fucked up happens in Florida, really does.
There's a lot of crazies
Well,
down there.
what happens is they get all the lunatics coming from the Northeast and from Saskatchewan and
From
yeah,
everywhere. There's a good mix in Florida. A lot of Jews
yeah,
too,
yeah,
eh?
yeah.
Um, but where did it happen in
Yes,
Florida?
it did, and it
Yeah.
happened right outside of Orlando.
Oh wow. Can you
And the
imagine?
guy, he had, um, when they pulled him over, the guy who did the shooting, said, "Well, he threatened me." The guy had 4 pistols on him that he was walking around carrying,
Wow.
and and so
Hothead.
now and so now he's out on bail, and in this stupid ass state, because they were registered. Oh, they were all legally registered. Because he's out on bail, he can keep the guns until his arraignment in July.
Wow. I'm surprised. I'm fucking really surprised.
And
So they let him out, and he still has his
yeah,
guns.
okay, yeah, because they can't take him until he's arraigned. And
Wow,
that's and
that's
there's no
fucked up.
wonder why people don't want to come to the United States. There's a travel ban um that like 20 countries around the world have like warnings about coming to the United States because of the gun situation. And I'm
Yeah,
a firm
who wants to
and
get
I'm
caught?
a firm believer of people having guns, but come on.
To get caught in some crossfire at two people feuding, be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Just
Chicago's really nuts.
yeah. And okay, yeah, okay, because like gun laws in Canada, they're pretty strict, aren't they?
Super
Yeah,
strict. There's, and there's not a lot of guns, and we don't have a lot of the gun
right.
violence.
Yeah.
I got a pretty good one. It's quick. This guy, his barbecue was stolen one night when he was out with the little lady,
Okay, now this
right?
is real, right? Okay, go
Yeah.
on.
Couple of days later, the barbecue is back, and there's a note in it that says, "I'm really sorry. I was drunk and partying, and we took your barbecue, and we needed to barbecue. I'm returning it with my apologies and 2 tickets for the hockey game tonight." So the people took the 2 tickets, went to the hockey game. In the meanwhile, the culprit that took the barbecue came and robbed everything in their
Oh,
house
Jesus Christ.
while they were at the
Ah,
hockey game. Only in
oh, was
Canada.
it a Leafs game? Oh, well,
Yeah,
that makes it like double bad.
that double's sad for the people.
Oh,
Yeah,
hello.
because they're gonna see it.
Um, Hello there, Itmo. How are you?
Hey,
Yeah,
Mo.
and me and Pirate Radio, we were just discussing the barometrics for the upcoming College of Knowledge show on Friday.
Friday at 8,
Yeah,
Mo.
yeah, the barometrics of it. Yeah,
The
yeah.
barometrics. Yeah.
And you know what I think was so funny? You and your freaking Leafs. I mean, I'm okay because who did you guys beat in the first round? Do you remember?
It would have been.
Yeah, I think the Islanders or somebody not that great.
Yeah, I don't even remember,
Okay, yeah,
Bimbo.
but when the Florida Panthers beat the Bruins, which was the biggest hockey upset in a long time,
Yeah,
freaking dopes in Toronto going, bring on Florida, bring on Florida. And what happened when they went? Oh, when they brought on Florida, what happened?
Florida annihilated them.
And
Annihilated.
say, yeah,
Four,
and
4-1. I think the
yeah,
series
yeah,
ended.
yeah, and a lot of people, and like I'm a great big hockey fan. I don't know how big of a hockey fan you are. Last year, the
I,
Florida Panthers won the President's Cup, and what that is that means that you had the most points during the entire year. Okay, um, they had pretty much the same team this year. Just the record wasn't as good. So they're basically playing a team that had 135 points last year, and you want to bring them on?
yeah, yeah. Next year we'll do it.
Oh, you've been saying that since 1967.
That's true. It's
And
so
aren't you
true.
impressed, though, that I know that right off the top of my head?
I am. I am actually.
Well, that's well,
You
that's
must.
because I like to follow, sports teams, that really suck. And
Oh, okay.
unfortunately, your Leafs fall into, that preponderance.
Yeah, they never. they usually get knocked out first round in the playoffs every year, but they made it the second round this year, and
Bring on,
everybody
bring on
was.
Florida, bring on Florida. And when I heard that, because believe it or not, well, no, it's easy to believe, but here in the state of Florida, hockey is big time because Tampa we have the
Oh,
Lightning, and they won the Stanley Cup 2 years in a row. The
that's
third
right.
year they went to the finals and lost. And the Florida Panthers actually play in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh,
And
okay.
so, well, because all of the northern people, I mean, you can't go to a Tampa Bay Lightning game because they're just so sold out. And the
Oh,
same with
okay.
the Florida
It's really
Panthers.
hot
Yeah,
commodity.
which I'm sure that you go to Toronto and the Leafs. Shoot, they leave them in your grill. Oh, they leave tickets just
No,
laying around. Oh, here,
that's right.
and you got scalpers outside the Molson Center saying, "I got Leafs tickets here. I'll give you $5 to take them. Leafs tickets, $5 to take them."
Yeah, that's right. We pay you to go.
Uh, oh, and you know who else had a really bad year, and
Who's that?
I love it because I hate them. Um, let Les Habitants.
Oh, okay.
If you don't know who that is, that's the Montreal Canadiens.
No, I know. Yeah, the Habs.
They were terrible.
Yeah,
And then there's and then there's
good. We Toronto hates the
yeah,
Habs. That's one of our rival
and then
cities.
there's a friend of mine who I speak to on Twitter, Marissa, and she's a big Chicago Blackhawks fan.
Oh,
And
okay.
I don't know, which is more depressing, the Habs or the Blackhawks?
Yeah.
Hello, Penny. How are you, dear?
Hey, Penny.
Yeah, we're just
Um,
having a little um, thing tonight. Me and Mark were explaining the upcoming College of Knowledge show Friday, and I put the link up here um, to the Bimbo Barbarella music program if you want to, come up and, even if you want to, come up with your list, be here. Well, I say 8 o'clock, but when's the last time, Mark, that I had a show start on time?
never.
Well, today it wasn't my fault because the computer was overworked.
Yeah. I saw that you had placed two false
Yeah,
openings for the
yeah,
show.
yeah. Oh, and do you want to know why? And okay, now this is the truth on on, on my webcam. Um, and again, I'm not taking the blame for this. I'm blaming Misfit the cat because she did do it. She knocked the webcam off of the top of the screen. And what happens
Oh, right.
is like it's got a window that comes down like that. So I couldn't see myself.
Right.
And so I thought it was a
Oh,
problem with Restream. No, and it's because that window
right.
was
Oh, okay.
okay. But Misfit is taking the blame for that.
Yeah, that would be a misfit thing
Yeah,
to do.
and Cat probably did it on purpose.
You know what the cats do? They love watching stuff fall over, fall off the heights too.
Yeah,
My cat pushes lots of stuff off the table.
and they just do it on purpose. And they're okay. So Penny's in her last hour of work. Oh,
Oh, okay. Woo!
speaking of work, I've got to go to the cancer center Friday down in Tampa. And seeing how I don't have a car, I'm going to take Al's big Econoline van, which is
Oh
like
man.
driving a Greyhound bus or like doing, like the ice road truckers,
Yeah.
driving one of those things. And so anyway, he he's been needing an oil change for
Ever.
yes. And so I called up a friend of his and I said, look, um, Al, I'm going to Moffett. Al needs to get his oil done. Can you help him? And he says, yeah, yeah. He says, Barbie, I'll help him, but I need you to help me around my yard tomorrow, which
Oh
means I'm
wow.
going to be moving around bricks. And no matter what I do with something bricks, I usually drop it on my foot or my head. And I had to give Al $50 for for the oil and the oil filter because he forgot his PIN number at the bank.
Oh boy.
Jeez.
Poor Al.
So Friday, when I come back from the cancer center, if you see me, with like my arm in a sling, you'll know that a brick fell on it.
From the cancer center? Oh no, from helping out in the
Yeah,
backyard.
tomorrow. But the guy pays me like $10 under the table, and
Oh, that's
he's a friend of ours, and he's up there in age, and he really can't move around. So, you know,
do you help
yes,
out?
yes, Penny, you got that right. Here, because this is what she says. It's always something. Yes, it's always something,
It's always something.
but it's never my fault
No, no.
because I'm very good at making excuses, and I have the ability to make excuses sound very real, which I've always had that ability. So that was good.
You mean taking the liberty to bullshit a little bit?
It's called equivocating.
Equivocating, of
Yes.
course.
And, bullshitting is the same thing.
Mm-hmm. I would say.
All right. So, um, like I said, I didn't expect a whole lot, and 43 minutes is enough because I got to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, like we always do, feed the animals. And so, no, yeah, and I think that Mark and we described like how to do the show. You know, it's really not that difficult. It's just gonna take a little bit of effort on your part.
It's not even that. It's not difficult at all.
And like I said, you know, if you're doing 1986 and you say, um, light my fire by the doors. And I said, no, you can't have that. That was, if you're a couple of years off, it's not going to matter. But don't be putting stuff from the 60s. We were talking about the Stones before. Like, don't say, oh, well, oh, get off my cloud. That was in 1984, wasn't it? No, that was 1964. You're just 20 years too late.
Yeah, and obvious like ones like that, we're gonna pick up
Oh,
right
yeah.
away.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because, with your music knowledge and my music knowledge. So,
Yeah,
all right, Mark. Well, thanks for coming on to, help me do this little, presentation because I'm sure that even, when it comes to crunch time and we're doing the show, gonna have to explain it again and again and again.
yeah.
All
most
right. Yes,
likely.
Penny. Well, thanks for dropping by and enjoy your last hour of work.
Bye,
So,
Penny.
yeah. All right. So, Mr. Mark, see you Friday. And you have your list all made up, don't you?
Yeah, I have just 2 more years to do. I work good under pressure, so I always leave things to the last couple of days to do.
Or else, when you're supposed to be doing something, when you're doing a show or something, sometimes you'll fall asleep. I heard about that.
Yeah, I did one a couple of times. I fell asleep on fire. Well, I used to wear these dark glasses in the beginning.
And
Remember?
like, didn't you do that during Scully's thing? Oh, you fell asleep?
No, not during a
Oh,
Scully. But I did on pirate radio. I used to wear dark glasses. Then it would be always 2 o'clock in the morning, and I have the lights low, and then I put on something mellow, and then what else am I gonna do? I fucking fall asleep.
oh yeah.
But you know what? It doesn't happen anymore because I do. I have a really uncomfortable chair that I sit in, and it keeps me awake because it's so freaking uncomfortable. And if that doesn't work, I just take a testy and throw it underneath, and I'll be really
Do
uncomfortable.
okay, my friend. Do you need me to send you a Amazon gift card so you can get a new chair?
No, I'm all right. I'm all right. I got a couple of pretty good ones.
Well, obviously not the one you're sitting in.
No, I told you I purposely make it uncomfortable. I put a pillow on it crooked so I don't sit properly.
Oh,
It keeps it.
oh, whatever helps. It's like
It's
what?
like it, it's like the lady that has that look on her face. You ever
Yeah,
seen a lady with that look on her face? Like she's got a little turd stuck to her lip, or top
yeah.
lip, and she's sniffing it all the time. Like that.
Uh, uh, or or it's. I'm sure you've seen the pictures of that. And he's all over the place. That fat looking mean grumpy cat.
Oh
That
yeah,
lady has made millions on licensing, that mean looking
her
cat.
angry
Yeah.
cat.
I mean, because I could license Misfit as a stupid cat.
It's not. It won't be the same though.
I don't know, but then in my one other show when I was doing the Betty Lou's Getting Out Tonight, the little cat worked perfectly. Remember when it was drinking from the bottle, and then at the very end it
Yep,
knocked the
yep.
bottle down.
Off the chair. Yeah.
Hey, the little cat was working. So let me tell you what, that little cat got some tuna. Oh, his friends got no
Ah.
tuna. He got tuna.
Wow. He got the good
Oh
treatment.
yeah. Hey, come on. Oh, hey, come on. You work with the bimbo. You get tuna.
Yeah, you get well compensated.
All right, Mark. Yes, it's close to an hour. All right. I will see you Friday at exactly 8 o'clock.
I want to tell you something backstage before we
Okay.
split up.
All right.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thanks for we didn't have much of a crowd watching, but like I said, I didn't expect much, but because I usually don't go on Wednesdays at this time, so and I know that I would have a better crowd if I um stuck to like a schedule. But
Well, college and knowledge has been kind of
well,
schedulized
yeah.
on every second
Well,
Friday,
yeah,
so that's
and that's
pretty good.
why, and that's why, we can have, like 30 people watching because they know we're going to be on. And, and like
Yeah.
you pimp it on your show, I do mine. Jen pimps it. All right, guys.
Yep.
Anybody who um Watched in the right side. We had at least double digit numbers. There's Matt 4 lurking and multitasking.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah, I'm multitasking. I'm picking out the ears and drinking.
That reminds me of my brother. He used to curl his hair when he watched TV with his fingers,
Yeah.
curl it all the time. That's concentrating. I guess it's a mental thing. He has to touch hair to concentrate.
Better than sitting in uncomfortable chairs on purpose.
Yeah. It's funny. You don't know when you come on how many viewers you're going to have at any given time or at any given um, time of the evening. 8 o'clock is should have been a, a little bit hotter than
Oh,
when I go on at
yeah.
midnight sometimes.
Like I said, it really, I just needed to do this because I was thinking, I had to put in a little bit of work. Oh, hello there, Mahosh. How are you? Yeah, we're getting ready to close up. So, want to thank everybody for stopping by. We'll see you Friday at 8 p.m. Rock and roll on the College of Knowledge. Okay. Say goodbye, Mark.
Goodbye, Mark.